I just wanted to say, I don't know what the time frame or plan, if there is a plan at all to communicate any information about what the findings were or anything, but our colleagues in the medical center, a lot of people were shocked that the resignation was so fast, and they wonder how bad it must have been and what sort of situation they're dealing with
And the question was,
institutionally.
is there going to be criminal charges?
No,
and
they
things
said that they're not gonna share the results of the investigation.
But I understand they're not gonna release the investigation, but any kind of a statement, I just wonder if they're even thinking about. So the new, the interim CEO put out a health system-wide message that's been really well received, it sounds like. That's very much about having listening sessions and, you know, shared governance and stuff like
Servant
that.
leadership. I mean,
Yes,
like,
yes. So I think that's been great, but obviously it's like a traumatic situation for a big portion of our faculty, wherever they stood on the original letter and the original. I don't know what can be done about that.
I asked,
Yeah,
and you heard the report I had to give about it.
right.
So
I just
perhaps it's just, you know, because of the legal ramifications, my guess would be there, whatever it is they'll give us to, you know, they've given me statements that you've heard me read. My suspicion is it'll be something like that, but I don't even know.
But even something.
I've
like that,
requested it.
Even something
I've-
like that, I think
I
would be great.
requested it as I did the prior 3 times I wrote, and
I
it
know,
just
I
wasn't
know.
in time for today.
I know, I just wanted to voice.
But there is space for the Senate to do something, which is something we've raised at a couple of meetings with President Ryan as well, which is an investigation headed by the board in conjunction with a law firm about personnel matters and so forth is never going to get released.
Is it
But-
foiable?
No, because of the exceptions for personnel matters and so
No.
forth. So
Legal.
what can happen and what should have happened a long time ago is something we've talked about, which is a climate study. Right, a climate study is where people come in and talk to angry people who make their allegations and things like that, but they don't name names, they don't have to be on the record, it's not a legal proceeding, and they say, many senators expressed deep unhappiness with this kind of behavior, and many senators many members of the School of Medicine repeated over and again that there was lack of communication about this, and female physicians felt demoralized about this. You can do that, and that'll get you some sense of what the feel of the place was just before the resignation happened, just before this all happened. It's not a legal matter and instigated by a board. It's like a self-assessment.
Yeah,
And it's way better than nothing.
yeah,
And
it
and
would
it
be.
enables people to have a space to talk where they're not afraid they're gonna get subpoenaed, where they're not doing the things.
I get that. I just wish there could be some kind, I know not an executive summary per se, but some kind of a basic statement about basic areas of concern that were covered or something like that, because it's so extreme and so sudden that there's just going to be a huge amount of speculation within the medical school, but also
All around.
everywhere in the profession, right, of what's going on at UVA, and there's gonna be misinformation, and there's gonna be gossip, and it would just be great if institutionally we could get out a little bit in front of that, that's all.
The new leadership could do a climate survey, climate study. A lot of times people do. We could even
It
ask
sounds
about
like
it.
he's almost
All right.
offering.
Other questions
And
for
we've been
Michael?
advised to invite the new head to come and visit with us, so I think that's probably something.